Well. Since all of you out there on YouTube land seem to have some strange fascination slash fetish with cold starts, I think I'm going to do one today with the Cutlass. And I don't have one of those fancy laser pointer things on me right now. It's in my dad's car. He keeps it there for some weird reason. But believe me, it is cold outside today. If we're lucky, maybe it's 35. It's pretty cold out, so I'm gonna whip open that garage door and we're gonna see how this thing starts. But real quick, be warned, this thing takes forever to start if it hasn't been running in at least like a couple days, because it's got a quadrajet on it and they use some sort of lead plugs in the bottom of the fuel bowl, and it seems that when the plugs get old they fall out. God knows where they go, and the fuel bowl decides to drain itself overnight. So I'm gonna be cranking on this thing until it fills up the bowl, and then it should fire right up. Happy belated Christmas, by the way. Well, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit so it can get a chance to warm up. But Many of you that have been with this channel for a while know about this car, know what it's been through, know what it took to bring it back to where it is now. But for those of you that don't know, the 68, I picked it up in December of 2010, and this thing was beyond a parts car. This thing was busted up pretty bad. But it is, for the most part, all original. The motor has new bearings, rings, and gaskets. Transmission hasn't been touched. It's a 2-speed power glide. The rear end has been serviced, but the car drives and runs just like it would have if you bought it brand new back in the day. Oh yeah. Got an old blue line tack. Also running a TikTok tack at the same time, which isn't accurate. As you can see right there, to me it looks like it's reading about 1300, and on here we're reading about 1000. I had to make this special for the dashboard because the plastic was cracked, so it wouldn't hold the ignition in anymore. Don't mind that. That was me when I was 18. Stupid. That's actually made out of copper. It's got a fresh carpet in it, even though it's dirty right now. I put disc brakes on it. There's my pimp status rear deck. And it's got a fresh headliner in it. And I added that third dome light right there out of the two that are in the sail panels. And I put it in the wrong spot, because if you look, what's directly under it? Where the third person might sit in the front of the car. So if you go over a bump, somebody's going to crack that dome light out with their head one of these days. I should have mounted it back further. The back seat's all original. Can't get it. That works. I'm gonna go ahead and shut her off for a second. Now, as you can see, this thing's all patinaed out. It is a driver. You know what I mean? You're not going to enter this thing in shows and expect to not get laughed at. But I think it's more fun to actually build your car and enjoy it and drive it around versus have something that, you know, lives its life on a trailer. Look at all that pitting. As I was saying, it's just a stock 350. It's the motor that came with the car. It's not a replacement. The original motor was never blown up. This is it. Obviously, the air filter kit's aftermarket. But it's been freshened up, and this motor has actually been taken care of so well by whoever owned it before me. The backstory is that a nurse used to drive this thing in Harrisburg, PA, And back around 95, 96, her husband told her, since the car was starting to look really ratty, don't you think it's time we pull the plug and get you something newer? So she retired the car in 96, and then it just sat outside in the weather on the ground until I got my hands on it. But the radiator is oversized. It actually goes to a Caddy 500 motor. It's a 4-row radiator. Actually, I had fitment issues getting it in there. You can see I had to shim up the support right here, or the cover, with washers. And I had to bend it a little bit right there just to go over the tanks. But it still has the factory cam in it. It runs, drives, performs just like it would have right out of the box. And for those of you that are following up with my 455 build, I'm kind of like killing a puppy right now. I'm on the fence because this car, it's so hard to find cars like this that are mechanically exactly like they were brand new. And I'm going to be taking this 350 out and storing it to drop a 455 in here. Those of you that are new to the channel, check out my go to my playlist section and look at the 455 build that's coming up. That's going to be a nice little touch for the car. I'm not sure on what transmission I'm going to go with. I'm getting rid of the 2-speed. And I also picked up a posi for it. Right now it has what I believe to be a 308 open rear in it. I never actually checked. I'm just going by what it feels like and comparing it to my dad's Trans Am. That's a 308 also. But I picked up a 308 posi. It's a Type O rear end, but it wasn't a 69 Chevelle that somebody wrecked. So this thing will cruise really nicely at about 75, 85 on the highway, having more of a highway type gear to it. The car looks exactly how I wanted it to look when I was putting it together. What I was aiming for was something straight out of like a street machine from like 1975, 76-ish. I didn't want to put modern wheels on it and tint the windows and all that crap. I wanted it to look just like you'd see something rolling around on the streets back in the day. Now as for the Kragers that are on it now, they're only 14s. You can see they're standard in the front and it's got the deep dish offset in the back. And I really like the way this thing looks with these wheels. The problem is the rims themselves are not wide enough. So putting a 455 in here, I'm thinking it's going to need a little bit wider of a tire than what's on it right there. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get a set of 15 Kragers for these, the same offset in the back, same in the front, and keep a similar looking tire on here, just with a wider footprint to the ground. And the front wheels are actually slightly bent, and you can feel it on the highway at certain speeds. It comes and it goes. But yeah, look at the wheel weight right there. And then how about that stack of wheel weights right up there? So Skylark over there needs tires, and that takes 14s. That's got 14-inch wheels on it, so it's a pretty compatible tire. So I figure what I'll do is I'll break these tires down off the Kragers and put them on the Skylark, the Buick mags. The car used to be dark green and silver on the bottom because it's a Cutlass Supreme. There, look at it in the light. You can see all the pinholes and all the scratches. Anybody in their right mind wouldn't have painted this car black, but I'm glad I made that choice. This thing does look pretty beastly. Weather stripping's pretty much all original. This thing does not see rain. It sleeps indoors all the time and it comes out on nice days, but it gets more mileage than the show car would. This back bumper's pretty nice. I picked this up off of Craigslist. But yeah, if you guys are interested in Olds motors at all, or Olds builds, or Cutlasses, stay tuned. This 455 build coming up is going to be pretty big. It's going to be a pretty big monster. And we also have another 455 that came out of a Tornado. And that motor I'm going to leave fairly stock, I believe, and I just want to put it in my dad's wagon. The front seat needs reupholstered, obviously, but I live with it. I don't even notice it when I'm driving. I've actually had to replace part of a frame rail on this. You can't see it on camera because the wheel well's in the way. But right under the AC compressor, you can't see it, but under the AC compressor where the idler arm goes right there. Come on, focus. Anyways, right there from about here and forward, the frame has been replaced. It had a very decent sized rod hole right where the idler arm goes. But also, yet again, it's just a driver. But it also goes to show that you don't need a show car to have fun. So if you like the video, do me a favor, like it. Throw some comments down below, let me know what you think. And stay subscribe to the channel, man. We got all sorts of good stuff coming up. So I'll see you guys later. Yeah, she likes to piss tranny fluid all over the ground. Look at the diameter of that one. I almost forgot. Thanks, Jed, for giving me a shout out on your channel. For those of you who don't know who Jed is, go check out his channel. It's called Scott Speed Shop. Deals with all the Mopars. He's got a sick ass charger, Jezebel, and a bunch of other crazy Mopar products. As I was saying, Jed's got some crazy Mopar projects going on over at his channel. He's got a 70 Charger Jezebel. I think it's pretty damn sweet. His dad's got a Charger. He just picked up a mid-60s Dart. He calls the the yard Dart. I call it the lawn Dart. And he just built a Hemi at his house. The Hemi's pretty sick. And dude, he also teams up with other channels like Junker Up. Chris from Junker Up just showed up at his house with Jenner Lee. If you're missing out on Jed's channel, go over there. It's called Scott Speed Shop. But anyway, thanks again, Jed. I'll see you guys later.